Hello, hello. We have got another replay between MichaelFuble, who is our blue Zerg, and a red Protoss by the name of WaterDemon. This is obviously going to be a ZVP. This was a ladder game. And this is going to be on Pride of Alteris, the largest map in the map pool. So I think we should be seeing a somewhat long game. It does look like Michael is going to be going for a hatchery first on 17. Sometimes Protoss players are able to block this, but the long map once again is going to take a while for this probe to get here, so Michael's going to plop down that hatchery. And Mr. WaterDemon gonna be going gateway first on the low ground, which implies a rather early expansion. A scouting probe just being a nuisance, kinda mining some minerals, causing these drones to bounce around. It's annoying, but not that impactful as we take a look at the... How do I take a look at the income graph? Alright, so it's going to be favoring the Protoss just a little bit for now, as Protoss does have the ability to make more workers in the early game thanks to that Chrono Boost ability, but again, not a huge deal even with that little harassment from the probe. And now we do see that Nexus coming down. Overlord is going to make its way in, and only just now going to be spotting that. So if this were anything crazy like a proxy gateway or something, Michael would be royally screwed right now, but that is not the case. It's a standard opening, this Overlord. Gonna take a look and then relocate to this high ground area. We do have link speed on the way for the Zerg. He has pulled off 2 drones from the gas. And a relatively quick third base going down at about 2.5 minutes. And this definitely plays into this map. There's probably not going to be too much early aggression, so fast 3 bases is totally fine. And the Protoss going to be going for a Stargate. That's pretty standard for Protosses nowadays, and especially on a map like this. It's very easy to just turtle up, get a scary Skytoss army. And Michael doesn't really have the scouting down yet, doesn't know about the Stargate, but I do think he can reasonably expect that 2 Zerglings poke in, nibble at this gateway just a little bit, but it's going to be able to recharge its shields. And now we do see a Phoenix opening. It's a little odd. Protosses usually go for Void Rays first, and actually not really going for Phoenixes all too often. And it is only going to be the 1 Phoenix. WaterDemon is going to be transitioning into Void Rays, but it doesn't look like this is a full-on Void Ray, rather full-on Stargate build, as he is going for the Twilight Council. And we see a bit of a commitment here from Michael. He's got some spores on the way. He's getting that Overlord speed, which is going to help those Overlords get away. So, I don't know if this is WaterDemon's plan, just to kind of fake Stargate and then go into a ground-based composition. And worker counts actually favoring the Protoss player right now, 38 to 32. Of course, Michael did have to spend some money on the spores. But he does have 9 drones on the way. They just popped, so now they are even on 40, which is not ideal for the Zerg player. However, he should be feeling pretty comfortable to drone up because you can't really kill your opponent on one Stargate. It's a pretty hefty money investment. So Michael should be feeling pretty safe. Bit of a supply block here, that's unfortunate. And WaterDemon is going for his 3rd base as well. And this 3rd of the Zerg been pretty barren. Only 3 drones mining. That's definitely suboptimal. But we do see that Michael has started a bunch more drones as he gets himself unsupply blocked there. So finally taking the drone lead, and I do expect him to run away with that as the 4th is coming on their way. Creep spread, pretty solid so far from MichaelFuble. And he does have, let's see, 7 queens, that's not bad. This Overlord is gonna get a scout. I'm gonna confirm that it is still only 1 Stargate, so Michael needs to recognize that it's not a full-on air commitment. And what does he have going on in terms of tech? He's going for a Baneling Nest as well as a Hydralisk Den. Looking like a Lingbane Hydra composition perhaps. He's getting that +1 ranged weapons upgrade. Only 1 evolution chamber. And yeah, only 1 for now. And that's fine. Going for a macro hatch in the main base. And just continuing to drone up. And Michael, thus far, has had a very low army count. Only 14, which is those 7 queens. So actually, no army units on the field. These couple of Void Rays and Phoenix poking around looking for an Overlord, perhaps. They might fly around and try to get this base. The Spore's not quite ready, so there is an opportunity here. It looks like he is not going for that. And Michael now finally starting some Hydralisk, 10 on the way. I think that was a reaction to spotting these air units. And that's pretty good for WaterDemon. He's forced some units that aren't really going to do a whole lot at this stage of the game. Could have been a handful of drones. And we do see the worker count still very even. So that's definitely good news for the Protoss player. It's always good to be on even worker counts. But as I say that, Michael spawns a bunch more drones, putting himself up to 79 right now, which is a pretty good drone count. And we do have a 2nd evolution chamber now, so getting +1 melee as well as +2 ranged. And you don't really need Carapace against Protoss ground units. If they are going for carriers, then yes, absolutely you want Carapace. But against ground, not the most important upgrade to get. Most of the time it is better to just go for both weapon upgrades. We do see Michael running away with the drone count right now, 85 to 64, so good on him for droning up. And now we are going to see units being made. We've got a handful of Hydras, Lings, some Banelings on the way. We do have that Lurker Den ready. Hive is on the way. I would like to see Michael get more bases, however. He's on pretty good saturation for 4 bases, but needs to think of the future. Maybe get a 5th here, maybe even the gold, maybe this one out here. There's so many bases on this map, it doesn't hurt. And a couple of Zealots gonna catch 2 queens, it looks like. Maybe not, as Michael pulls back his army, and oh no, is going to lose that one queen. That's unfortunate. But not the end of the world, just a couple queens. They've already dropped a lot of tumors. This creep spread already past the middle of the map. That's nicely done from Michael. And, wasting a baneling there on one zealot. It's unfortunate. But now the hive is done. We do have those lurker upgrades coming along, seismic spines, as well as adaptive talons, and adrenal glands on the way. +2 range weapons, almost done. Not getting additional upgrades off of those. Oh, there we go. Now we do see a carapace. Interesting choice, maybe just because it's cheaper. Carapace, as well as the +3 ranged, and an Ultralisk Cavern on the way. Thinking of the late game here, but I don't know if those are really necessary. I think the Lurker's going to be the better choice. We don't have any Lurkers on the field just yet. Oh wait, no, we do have 3, only 3. That's not that many, but it's a start, certainly. And Michael is a bit supply blocked. Now going up to 200, so can morph some more stuff. And ooh, looks like the armies might clash in the middle of the map here. WaterDemon, he's got a lot of scary High Templar. Storms can be very difficult to deal with. He's venturing forward onto creep. Michael not quite ready. The storms blanketing everything. Not too much micro out of MichaelFuble. So that was not the best fight for the Zerg player. And WaterDemon, he does have a Warp Prism with his army, so he can reinforce pretty easily. And he's got an Observer as well. It's going to help him clean up this creep. That's very annoying. Those queens worked hard to get there. Some zealots running by, gonna harass the drone line, but look at this! Oh! Lurkers finishing just in the nick of time for this defense. And now the worker count dropping down for MichaelFuble. It was at 69 for a second, but dropping further as the zealot harass. Very annoying. He's taken out that gold base. I don't think it ever got to mining, and this base as well. So WaterDemon spreading Michael pretty thin right now. However, army counts gonna be favoring the Zerg player, especially with these very strong, very scary lurkers. They're gonna burrow in defense, gonna pick off a bunch of these zealots. So this wave of zealot harass not gonna do a whole lot. A few zealots in this 4th base, gonna get some more drones here. Very annoying, but the Ling Hydra gonna show up in time to defend. Now Michael down to 70 workers. Not the end of the world, but ideally probably would like a little bit more. And continuing with that zealot harass, this WaterDemon being very annoying. Lurkers gonna burrow again, and Ling Hydra gonna defend up there. So that wave, not that great. And now finally, it seems like Michael has had a chance to breathe. Maybe looking for an attack of his own now. As burrowing the lurkers. Oh, look at how much damage they do. WaterDemon has to fall back. But Michael's got to be careful of the storms. Oh my goodness, storms are so scary. Here he comes though, lurkers burrowing. Oh, the storms. But is it enough? I don't think so. Things are suddenly looking quite good for MichaelFuble. He does have +3 weapons, likewise does the Protoss player. But Michael also has +1 on his melee and +1 armor. And he's got 2 on the way. And this is quite a fearsome attack from Michael. Oh, the storms though. it doesn't look like WaterDemon has much of an answer for these lurkers. He does have detection with the Observer over here, and it would be nice for Michael to get Overseer. But ooh, the Storm's actually pretty good, trimming down the lurker number, but as I say that, a bunch more get morphed in. And Michael's gonna hold now both players at 69 workers. Nice. Michael trying to retake that 5th base. Likewise, WaterDemon going for a 5th as well. Setting up a bit of a counterattack here, but I don't know. I think you need to deal with these lurkers as he inches them forward just a little bit. Oh, taking huge damage on those units. If you look away for a second, your army just burns away. You just get a few of the lurkers with the Immortals, but the reinforcements of Michael gonna be enough to hold the line. Do see the supply count favoring the Zerg player quite significantly. Bit of a Ling counterattack here. Gonna get a lot of the probes at this base, forcing a recall out of the Protoss. Only a handful of Zealots and Immortals. And Michael pressing forward, going for this base. Can he break this position? And oh! WaterDemon running in with a bunch of Zealots, gonna take out a lot of the lurkers, but what does he have left to fight the rest of this army? Not a whole lot, actually. Only Immortals left. They're gonna fall, it looks like, trying to warp in some more Zealots in this slow pylon. Oh my god. And Michael gonna go for the pylon. Is he gonna get it? Yes, he does. Cancels all those Zealots. Oh, that is rough for the Protoss player, who is now down over 70 supply. I do think this is the beginning of the end. He did warp in those Zealots over here, but Zealots not the best against this army composition. The Banelings, of course, and these scary lurkers. They're gonna burrow and just shred those Zealots. More reinforcing Lings and Hydras on the way. Burn the lurkers once again. WaterDemon has to be careful, losing way too much here. Now these Templars don't have enough energy for storms. Can Michael pick those off? The Banelings roll in, and they do get all the High Templars, and GG gets called. MichaelFuble gonna take a very back and forth ZVP.